Hey guys, it's Steve from SingleDadFitDad.com. I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Today we're going to talk about exercise a little bit, and what I'm going to do is run through 6 basic exercises that you can do. I know a lot of you probably don't belong to a gym, maybe you're not even comfortable going to a gym, and don't have any equipment. So what I'm going to show you is 6 really good functional movements that you can do in your home without any equipment. And I'll demonstrate each one and kind of walk you through each one of how to perform it correctly, what to look for. And this can be done either in a circuit style training, and that's probably what I would recommend. Even if you're just starting out, I would probably suggest maybe doing something like a 30-second on, 30-second off circuit style. And maybe only get through 1 round. So you do all 6 exercises once for 30 seconds, and that's okay. You know, we'll work up to 2 sets and 3 sets, those types of things. But just to get started, I want you to understand some of the basics, and not just the movements themselves, but how to perform them properly, and reducing the chance of you getting injured. So the first 2 exercises that I want to show you are the squat and the split squat. I'm going to show you the squat in its entirety, and I want to kind of walk you through the steps because a lot of people will try this and do it improperly. This is probably one of the most common exercises that people basically screw up and puts their lower back and their whole hip complex, including their knees, at risk. So you have to be real careful. I was kind of even hesitant to show you this because so many people are doing it improperly, but I'm gonna walk you through it. So. First thing we want to do, and I'm going to show you from the side angle because it's a little bit easier to see what exactly I'm doing, but always want to keep our chest up, stomach needs to be tight. Okay, I don't care what you do with your hands, you can put them out. I like to put them out personally, just maybe for balance reasons, but we want to make sure our feet straight ahead, okay? Looking, I'm just going to look at the camera, but we're going to be watching straight ahead. We don't want our spine out of whack. So sometimes you see people squatting, turning, put your spine out of whack. We don't want to do that. So we're going to tighten this up. I'm going to put my hands out. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shift all my weight back on my heels. Okay, what I don't want to see is coming forward, where the knees start shooting forward, past the toes. Good way to hurt yourself, especially if you do it repetitively. Try to really keep your hips and your knees in line with your feet. Everything should be very, very straight. Okay, and some people will struggle with this because they don't have the flexibility or mobility to do it. And there are certain things that you can do to improve that, and we'll get to that in another video. But for now, I'm going to show you a proper squat. We'll get those arms out. I'm going to push all my weight back, keeping that chest up. Back, 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 back. Up nice and slow. Everything goes through the heels. Once you start feeling yourself come forward or your body falling forward, that'll just says there's some tight muscles here in the back. That's when you've gone far enough. Don't try to go down super low. Just do as much as your body will allow it to do. And if you're having a tough time keeping that weight balanced, what you can do is take a couple of small, really anything. I'm going to use a couple of weight plates to show you. We're going to just use 2 small plates, and I'm going to put my heels up on top. And that's also going to help me balance, and it's even going to shift a little bit of that weight from the backside to the quads. And so now I get even a greater range of motion. The second exercise I want to show you is what's called a split squat. Kind of like a lunge. But what we're going to do is position our body straight up. Again, shoulders back, chest up, core tight. It's always going to be the case. When you get those legs spread out nice and wide, we don't want to go too wide. So if we go too wide, what happens is we end up pulling on that back hip flexor, and that can be pretty painful and potentially lead to an injury. So it's not going to be too wide. We're not going to be too close. If we go too close, what happens is that knee shoots way past that toe, which we've already talked about, and a bad idea to do that. So we want to find a spot, and you're going to find it. You'll practice, and you'll kind of get the feeling for where is right for you. So when you get those legs spaced out. We're going to keep that chest up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the back leg. I'm not going to push forward. I don't want any weight going forward. I want the weight coming down. So I'm going to drop like this. Okay. All that weight, I'm just dropping straight down. I'm going to push off through that front heel. I'm not going to lock this leg out. Okay? You never want to lock this front leg. So again, I don't care what you do with your hands. Here's fine. Here, you bring it out. We're just going to come straight down, looking straight ahead, up. Again, down. We're going to push off that front heel, up. Okay? Another great exercise you can do anywhere. It's going to work the glutes, hamstrings, and quads. Exercises I'm going to show you are for your upper body and your core. The first is what's called a horizontal row. I'm a big believer that the pull-up is the king of all upper body exercises, but the problem is most people can't do a pull-up. So instead of showing you how to work up to them, which I will do at some point in the future, I'm going to show you what you can do instead. And there are a lot of things that you can actually do instead. But all we need is a bar of some sort, and it doesn't have to be a barbell here. It can be any kind of surface that allows you to get underneath it and support your weight. And I'm going to show you how this works. It's called a horizontal row. So we're going to get down on the ground, and we're going to position ourselves underneath this bar. Okay, about chest high right here. We don't want it up by our neck. Okay, right about chest. Okay, I'm going to tighten my body as much as I can. I'm going to be as stiff as a board. I'm going to straighten out these arms about shoulder width, maybe a little bit wider. I'm going to keep my head neutral. I'm going to come straight up and down. Okay, I want to keep my elbows right here, 45 degrees. I don't want to flare way out here. I don't want to be in here, 45 degrees. So again, straight up, straight down. And if this is too difficult, and it may be, we're just going to put our feet up, and then we're going to use those to push off. So we're going to come up, a little bit easier, up. And you can use these to work on biceps, forearms, rear shoulder, but mostly it's your lats, which is what we use when we do pull-ups. So this is something that you can do in place of pull-ups. The next exercise I'm going to show you is your standard push-up, and I'm going to show you from this angle here. I've seen tons of different variations of push-ups, and I've seen some really sloppy ones, and I'm going to show you how to do a proper push-up. Okay? So what it's going to look like, we're going to be down, hands are going to be about shoulder width. First I'll show you from this angle here, about shoulder width, feet together. Okay, this is our start. Okay, feet are together, stomach is tight. We're going to have shoulder and hand are going to be lined up. Okay, what I don't want to see is this, where I'm way out in front. Okay, it's going to put a lot of strain on that shoulder. I want it to be lined up, just like this. I'm not looking all around. You see that a lot too. Spine's all out of whack. We don't want that. Okay, so tight straight across. Here, here, elbows are going to come back 45 degrees. Okay, most people you'll see, we're flaring those elbows way out. I want them right here, 45-degree angle. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate just a few of them. Body should be moving as one. We're not dipping the head, we're not raising our butt. Up and down. As we push up, breath is coming out. It's coming down, breath is coming in. Next is the plank. What this is just a fantastic core exercise, great for not only your abdominal wall, your obliques, but also your lower back, which a lot of people end up neglecting when they're working out. So what I'm going to show you is how to do it properly. So as with the push-up, I want to make sure that your elbows are, your shoulders lined up with your elbows. So when we're positioned here, it's nice and straight. It should lie parallel to that. So what I don't want to see is those arms shifted forward. It should be straight underneath it. And again, what we're going to do, we're going to tighten up the whole stomach area. We're going to squeeze the glutes. Very important. Make sure you're breathing normally, and we're going to tighten up the stomach. And what I often tell my clients is, when you're in a plank position, I want you to visualize pulling that belly button up through your spine. So we're going to be sucking those abdominals in, we're going to be squeezing, we're going to be holding it for as long as we can. If you're a beginner, 30 seconds to start is great. We'll work up through a minute, 2 minutes, and so on. And if you can't do a plank from your toes, we just go down to our knees. So first I'll show you what it's going to look like from your toes. So again, everything nice and straight here, spine straight, so I'm looking straight down. Straight as a board. What I don't want to see is shoulders elevated, sagging down. You should be nice and parallel. And if you can't do it from your toes, what you'll do is you'll get it into the plank from your toes and immediately go to your knees. So that weight stays right here. Instead of lifting up your butt, the weight stays down. So again, a great exercise for the entire core area. Last exercise I'm going to show you is something called a farmer's carry. And you may be familiar with it from like strongman competitions or things like that, but this is an extremely functional movement that can be used in anybody's program. And I think it's really beneficial for beginners too, because not only does it work on your strength, but also your stability, and specifically core stability. Okay? So what I'm going to demonstrate is that with kettlebells, you can use dumbbells, you can use milk jugs, water jugs, doesn't matter. Just grab two. Ideally, you want them to be heavy, so it should be a challenge. You're not grabbing 2 5-pound weights and walking up and down the street. It's grabbing something that's going to be challenging for you to maintain your posture. That's the key, is your body's going to want to sag or droop while you're carrying these, but your job is to maintain really good posture while walking a normal stride for as long as you can. It's going to work everything from your grip, forearms, arms, shoulder girdle, your whole anterior chain, and specifically lower back, core, obliques. Really good core exercise. So I would definitely encourage you to include it in your workout program. So I'm going to grab 2 pretty heavy kettlebells here, and again I'm going to square those shoulders up, keep it nice and straight. I'm not looking around, my head is pointed straight ahead, and I'm going to just be walking normally, really trying to maintain balance. We're going to come back, same way. I'm not elevating my shoulders, I'm not doing shrugs, but I am holding them tight and squaring those shoulders. It's going to look like this from the side. Okay, and we're going to walk. Just like that. And ideally, we're going to walk for distance. Maybe it's 20 steps for you, maybe it's more. It should be a challenge. Yes, your wrists are going to be smoked. Your arms are going to be exhausted. Shoulders are going to be pulling. You're going to have to use your traps right here to keep those shoulders up, and you're going to feel it. But I think the most important function of this exercise is the core stability piece of it. Really, lower back, obliques, core, just to maintain that posture. Extremely important and extremely functional. I hope you enjoyed these exercises. You can incorporate them into your routine or make them a routine of your own. Like I said, a circuit style. 30 seconds on and 30 seconds off. I appreciate the time you've taken to watch this, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And any questions, you can email me at steve@singledadfitdad.com. Thanks so much.